It's just me. I'm sure Zeppy will be in and out. He was doing homework and he's playing games with a friend. He's got school tomorrow, then he's off for the weekend, and I'm off all weekend, actually, which is kind of strange. I kind of made it happen. I just said I'm not working no more. How are you, Mama? I'm out in my porch now that I usually do these on because everything wants to break. I we I couldn't come out here a lot. Uh, we had one of our dogs was this was her little home. She's old and well. Unfortunately, our oldest dog, she was 13. She passed away a couple days ago, so I had to take her in. Uh, hey, Chip. Yeah, my oldest dog was the first animal me and Amber had got together. She's grandma. She was mom to one of our dogs, grandma to another one, and she decided it was her time. So, in 5 days before that, my 17-year-old Siamese cat had to be put down. So, it's been last week, and then fortunately, a good friend of mine. I might as well say there was a death in the family because my best friend's kids are my kids, always have been, and vice versa with Skylar and everything else. So that's just how it goes. Won't get into that though. But the video that was just out that I just put out of me and Zeppy tearing that motor down and being disappointed and kind of got a little bit, we almost like, yay, am I working? No. I was trying to clean it up out here just to have it ready. I was going to have parts coming in, and I thought, you know what, I ain't ordering no more parts until I make sure. And hey, guys, I started to clean it up, and as good as I am with a stone hone, no, not for what we're wanting to do. Will I probably put that engine in that video together for like just a runner? Yeah, I could do that, but I ended up the very day that I found out that this motor wasn't going to do it. I went north of me and bought a Vortec out of a 98 that just come out of a running vehicle and was sitting in his garage. Brought it home, tore it apart. It's perfect. I already got all the parts. They're coming. I'm going to redo the Vortec heads that are on it, and I'm going to make them handle. I could make them handle up to 550 lift, but I'm going to stick with like 525, 535 because I'm lazy and I don't want to put screw and studs in it because that means I got to get my good tools out, and I don't want to do that. I want to be able to do this right here in the garage with what I have, just like anybody else would. I know some old tricks of the trade, let's say from old racers and old engine builders, and I'm gonna, yeah, blah blah. It's getting a roller. Already got it ordered. It's a roller motor, and I usually don't mess with rollers, but the nice thing about small block Chevy roller engines is it's already got dog bones. It's got the spider. It's got everything there. Where you get into trouble with roller cams, especially retrofit, is the freaking lifters are ridiculous. Where this one, the lifter's good. I was able to clean them up. They're just sitting in there soaking in oil, and they'll be in that oil until I put them in the motor, or Zeppy puts them in the motor, actually. So we're going to reuse the old lifters, the old push rods, the pistons. The cylinders look fantastic. They're great. And they're the better style piston and ring, the upgraded version, the 1515. And I think I can't remember what the oil ring is, but Molly rings. I usually don't even use Molly rings because cylinders are always so wonky. These are perfect. We're putting straight Molly rings in it. The crankshaft is standard and it's in great shape. Pistons are standard. They're in great shape. It's got the good rods. Yeah, I looked around, but there ain't nothing wrong with these, and it's still even better. Probably just use the ones that are in it. You can reuse them. Don't matter. Uh, this motor is completely clean. It's nice. I haven't had this clean a motor in a long time because I'm so used to just grabbing something and throwing it together. But I went pretty decent cam, kept it underneath the screw-in stud limit, which is you can do 550 without changing them out, but we don't need to go that high. So just giving you a heads up on this thing. It's not going in a driver car. It's going in a dirt track or a dirt drag like I did with the Cutlass video. We're going to make a dirt drag car. We're going to start it out just, regular L31 engine with a kick. Just by compression ratio, what I'm putting is probably going to be under 10. It'll be 9.3. I'm just guessing. I'm not going to get all the mics out and check it, but with what I'm doing, she's going to run on high pump gas, but she should be up there around 400 horse, 400 torque. It'll be close. So that's plenty. And then I'm going to check the ring gap on it, and we may, at some point, put turbos on it. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how good it runs. It's only 300 feet, so turbos would just be for the sound. The Cutlass? No. I ain't painting that thing. It is painted. 1972. Hey, man, how you doing? I haven't seen you pop up for a while. It's got clear coat on it. That just saving it from any more crap. It's got a really awful clear coat job on it that I did quickly before we went to power tours. So, and it kind of matches the rest of the car. But that thing, I ain't touched it. I got to change the oil to get ready for poverty tour, but that's about it. I ain't touching it. That thing runs good. It's become my daily driver. Daily driving some with a tunnel ram, which I never thought I'd be doing, but hell, it runs so friggin' good. I'm going to try to find some exhaust for the C10. I've got some out there because Amber'd like to drive that thing. Yeah, I've helped Dalton before. He's about 6.5, 7 hours from me. Good friends, but I'm just not close enough to get over there. And he's such a busy guy now. We talk basically every day. It's just he's got other things to do, and I don't know, been a month and a half, 2 months ago. It was right around Columbus when I went over to me and Zeppy went over there. I just kind of decided it's time to stay a truck driver and do this on the side. So I'm just trying to keep up, still doing things. It's just it's either one or the other. It's either I'm a truck driver or I'm doing this, and this don't pay the bills. So I gotta keep the truck, and I've been working on it, trying to find new exhaust for it. But we had to slow down around here. But yeah, it's all good though. I'll be with those guys, Buff and Dalton and Jim and everybody on the poverty tour. Me and Zeppy will be. We may have to change a little bit of our schedule as far as being with them, but that's kind of the idea. Everybody makes their own way, and we want to keep it that way. I mean, we all got to be somewhere, no matter what. We got to be in Tucson on that Friday. So if everybody has to stop, or if I can't make the first stop of the trip, we'll just keep up with it. Yeah. I'm actually not so much in debt. it's just getting behind, you know. Um, Maintenance on the truck, maintenance on the house. I couldn't maintenance the yard and my house and the truck and all that shit and sit out here and do a video every week. It just wasn't going to happen no more. Plus, Zeppy wants to hang out with his friends. He's, in fifth grade. He's 10. His friends are asking him over and they're going places and doing things. And I want him to be a kid. I don't want him to just sit here and do this. But, have a little, much fun as possible before it starts turning cold and nasty around here. Uh-oh, I must be in trouble. No, I'm not in trouble. It wasn't me. Shut this thing off. What's wrong with me? Don't turn your phone on. Speaking of videos I drop, the end of this month, I'm actually going to play music again, which I haven't done for 2 years. It used to be an every weekend thing for me. Again, I got so involved with doing the YouTube thing that I kind of let things slide, and I needed a break from playing. I've been doing it since I was 13 in clubs, and I'm 50. I had maybe 3 months off my entire life of playing music. Hey, Jay, hi, how's you doing? So taking that break, and I'm going to play with some friends of mine. They needed a sit-in for a couple shows at the end of this month. And I'm going to go do it. I don't know, I might throw my phone up somewhere and do it live, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Zeppy started a school band this week, and he got drums. So he's going to start doing that too. So band concerts in my future again, just like my oldest. What else has I got going on here? What? What are you doing with a Miss Bitchy? Come on. Anyway, then I got that, and my metal band is going to play a few shows, I think, just for fun. May have to do a benefit here pretty soon for a friend of mine, but we'll see. Good old Ohio. I like Ohio as long as I stay out of the big cities. I'm not a fan of Columbus. I'll tell you that right now. Now, other than the time I spent, we spent at the, with my friend Austin from Lucor and Adventures with Austin, Automotive Adventure. Other than that, good Lord, that was, yeah. I hear Dayton ain't all that much better, but Columbus, man, it was 3 nights of goddamn police sirens and helicopters overhead. And the next morning, all the freaking windows got broken out of vehicles in like 2 seconds. And I was just like, what the hell? Go back to Chicago. That's some good old fashioned, street violence. These people are. I ain't picking no strings. I'm a musician. I play drums. I do pick strings, but right. Nope. I'm gonna play drums. Good old Austin. Man, you guys are like the talk of the. That whole area is like the talk, or was. They ain't talking about it no more. But it was the it was the freaking talk of the nation, man. I'm surprised you didn't have like, you know, big time like protests and all that shit. We don't have to get political about it. It's just like, good Lord, man. Never seen anything like it. Judge makes an order and everybody blames the people following the order. Yeah, I'm gonna beat on some skins, which I've got brand new drum heads and everything for my DWs that are out there that are covered in oil and soot and all kinds of crap. Do you guys happen to see these? Look at that. Buzz made me that. Roadkill Customs. And then I had my Printify thing do that. It's pretty awesome to have your cars on a shirt. Yes, hit the like. Yeah, I do too. I wish, kind of wish my dad was alive to see that. He would have liked that. He was an Oldsmobile guy. He liked BOPs. I got new hats. This shirt, I got a cheap shirt on there. And I'm not asking anybody to go buy anything. If you get a chance, go over there and look at it. I've got these Irish green shirts that just have this on there across the front. And they're friggin' cheap. Oh, you're late to the party, aren't you, Jay Hyde? It was garbage. I tried to work it out. I'm really good with a stone hone. That is something I'm really good with. Keeping cylinders straight and being able to get that glaze and a lot of that crap off there. I've been doing it for years. This one, it was pretty bad. I can make it a runner. We can put it together with, another kit. I have another kit around here, but it's 40 over pistons, 20 mains, 10 rod. So I need to get some different bearings and piston rings, and then I can put it together. I can make it just a running motor, but what we're doing to the new motor, we got a Vortec. You missed all this, but I got a Vortec that's immaculate. Got it already tore down, got everything getting ready to get cleaned up. We're just going to put her together, and she's going to be a screaming little son bitch. When we're done, I'm kind of putting some of my old knowledge into it, but I'm going to give some of it away. I'll put some of my knowledge that I've learned over the years, and you can see this stuff on YouTube. Other people do it now, but I knew about this a long time ago, and but I'll do the heads myself. I'm going to do that because that's kind of hard. Zeffy can't pull the cripper and all the stuff, so I'm going to do the heads, and I may do a video just doing that. But as far as the engine, he's going to put all together. But it all worked out because now we got one hell of a motor. Like, this thing's going to be nice when we're done with it. All the parts are coming. Every single one of them, I got them all. It's a little different because when you get to Vortec heads, you got to get different intake. It's a roller. So I got a roller cam coming forward, a specific roller cam that I was talking to some people about that would work really well what we're doing. And I'm reusing, like I've told these guys, I'm reusing the roller lifters, the push rods, the rods. It's got the good rods in it. The pistons look brand new. The heads are real good. I just got to clean them up and make my little changes to it. I ain't cutting nothing off of them either, but they're still going to be able to take, if I wanted to, I could make them take 500 and some, 550 probably lift. So Take care, man. But yeah, I got everything coming for that motor. Um, this weekend we got hometown car show. I might put a little thing out on that. I don't know. Uh, Not the one from where I'm from, but where I live now. They got a 2-day event this year, Friday and Saturday. So we got Amber's taking the ambulance. Somebody's going to end up with the javelin, maybe Skylar. I'll have the cutlass. We'll maybe film a little bit of it. It's pretty cool. There's no burnout pits or nothing. They won't permit it, but should still. It's a pretty good event. Plus, I like putting my garbage right next to somebody's, pristine rotisserie rebuild. Take care, Chip. But yeah, now that we're going to clean that Vortec up this weekend, I got some more shit to do around here, so I'm not going to be filming much. But we get to that Vortec, Zeppy's going to have one hell of a motor when he's done. No filling station rebuild here. It's, well, kind of, I guess. I'm just kind of upgrading a few things. It's not like we're having the block decked and the heads decked and all that stupid shit. Not for what we're doing. Not like putting thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in an engine to go make maybe $300. No, you don't need to do that. I could, I guess, but we don't have an engine. We don't have anywhere that'll do them. We got a couple places that'll do the heads for me, but I really don't need him to do that. I can do it myself. I've cut spring perches myself right in the garage. You don't need all that. Yeah, the only thing I can say is you don't turn away from a TBI motor because most of them they're a 638 or an 880 block, and most of them will accept stock OE roller stuff. So, it's kind of nice to have. We'll see them all. Like, if I wanted to, I could get the dog bones and the spider for that other motor like I'd planned to do, and we'll put together a good running engine. We can put it in a truck, put it in anything. MD, how are you doing? I'm still going to build a Pontiac too. I'm waiting for things to calm down with parts that they're just not available. My main engine parts, Engine Tech, they don't make a standard size ring anymore. So I got to get, and they're reboxed Hastings is what they are. Actually, on the 638s, you can. They still have the provision there. That one out there has got it's a 4-bolt main block, and it has the provision. It had a fuel pump on it. The 880s though, it's there. You can just get it machined out, so the rod will go in and out. That's all you need. Somebody's good at it. Very close to buying a 68 Bonneville. Oh, that's sweet. Just hope you don't need very many parts for it, because I got a bumper and a grill and all kinds of shit out there for a 68. Only the 880 block, like this Vortec we got here, it don't have the provision for it. It has it there and it has the bolt holes, but you got to have it drilled out for the rod, for the actual fuel pump rod. But the 638, it had a fuel pump on it. It was a carb motor out of a truck 4-bolt main too. That's what sucks, and it's 40 over. So I don't even think going 60 would take the pits that I found. Impala tank. Yeah, that's what I need for the ambulance. One of these days, I'm going to switch it over to. I'm going to get the tank that has the pump in the get rid of the what you call it, the little surge tank we got. One of these days. But Amber just drives it back and forth to work and drives it around here. I got her a little. I think it's 30 or 40 watt. Yeah, they do. They sell them, but got more than I got that motor in a friggin' fuel tank. But I got her a little horn that's watt, and it's you upload what sounds you want. It's got a little key fob, wireless. It's got 4 sounds, and I got her, and I use my editing and my music editing software for like if I record music, and I got her the Ecto 1 siren is on there, and it also has the Chopin funeral march, so she can push a button. If she's driving real slow, you can hear the doon 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 doon, and the Ecto siren. Of course, everybody knows what it is. Pretty cool. She was playing with it today, scared the hell out of kids at work. They didn't know what to think because it's loud as shit too. Yeah, it's funny. It's getting close to Halloween, so my whole yard's going to be covered in 12-foot, 10-foot, 8-foot skeletons. I'm going to have everything everywhere. I got all her external rear battery stuff all hooked back up so she can run her animatronics out of it and all that kind of stuff. So she's getting ready for her season. My season is summer. Her season is fall. Actually, I don't even like summer that much. The older I get, I just sweat too much. The fucking high blood pressure too. That sucks. But I can't take the. I was on this stuff that the doctors had me on, like lisinopril or whatever it is, and good lord, I get like lightheaded, and you're up 50,000 times, pissing in the middle of the night because it had like a water base in it and all that shit. I was just like, I'm done. You know what? If it's my time, it's my time. Oh, fucking, that shit sucked. Yeah, Texas is a little warm. Actually, last year, going across the panhandle, it wasn't bad. The year before that, it was horrible. Then it was decent at Tulsa and Tucson. Last year, it was great going through the panhandle and New Mexico and all that shit. But then Tucson was, you could fry an egg on an air conditioner. I mean, it was freaking hot. That's why I think they moved it into October this year. Hey, Jeff, how are you doing, man? MrLugnutGuys.com. I haven't talked to him for a little while. I've been so freaking busy. I need some drag rims to put some drag tires on. And I need some drag rims to put some dirt drag tires on. And that's who I go to get it. The screen froze. What? Better not have. Did it really freeze? I don't know why it would. It ain't freezing on my end. I think you seeing things. Try to blame me for freezing. Oh, 72 C20 or a Bonneville? Well, why not both? You one to do your work and yard, and the other one to cruise. I got to tell you, it is kind of nice to have a bunch of cars just go eeny, meeny, miny. Yeah, I'll take that one. And usually I always pick the Cutlass. Checkered flag sidewalls. Well, that's cool. I'll tell you what, I really like the wheels and tires that I got from Jeff at Lugnut Guys. They're on our ambulance. It'd be the same thing as that Bonneville. Big old fat rear tires that fit underneath the fender in the rear, and the front ones, that thing, and it drives like a dream. Big old fat rears. Oh, to drive duct tape drags. I mean, yeah, the C20. The thing is if you're gonna try to get in to the battle of beaters with anything that looks halfway decent, but I mean, for the drive, I mean, as long as you can handle C20's a rough ass ride. But I was talking to Buff today about it. I don't know if Gutless will get into that or not. It'll probably have to be voted in by the people because it is a Cutlass, and you know the motor in that thing. If you were to go buy one, you're right there at $4,000 or $5,000. So that's a downfall for me. But the car's, it's not, other than the rust you guys can see on camera, it's not that bad. It's pretty decent. Everything's very fixable on that car. I'm not gonna, but it would have to be kind of like the ambulance, where the crowd just kind of said, "Yeah, that's going in there," and that had a lot to do with that car. That car was, it's priceless. It's kind of like it's kind of in the same boat as the Holy Goat. It's absolutely priceless. You cannot put a price on that car, and I mean, I don't know, but Gutless might be on the edge, but I think I'm hoping people, when I get up there, people go, "I'd like that. That's your daily driver." Yep. Yeah, I mean, if it's beat to shit, no, not beat to shit. I mean, if it's just regular C20 that runs and drives, it's very possible. I mean, you can buy them around here for $3,000-$4,000 running. I mean, if it was a C10, like a short bed or even a long bed sport truck or something like that, that'd be a little different maybe. But the minute you start getting it pretty, they're done. They won't. You'll get put in a different class. They'll throw you in a alternative class or something like that. It won't have anything to do with the Battle of the Beaters. The guy that wins it every year has got the right idea. He's got a Studebaker with a small block Chevy, 2-speed power glide, I think, and I don't even know where rear end's in it, but I mean, he pulls it out of the weeds every year, pulls the coffee cans off the headers, fires it up, throws it on a trailer, and takes it to duct tape drags. He's won it. I've talked to him about it. What rear gears and Cutlass? It has the original 273s in it. And then I used that power, whatever, no slip, the quiet lunchbox locker. And then I got 275, 60. I got a 28-inch tire in the back. So basically the gear ratio's like 250. It's terrible. Yeah, they are cheaper. Rusty and dents, perfect. You bring something, get in front of them. If you get in front of them, they say, "I don't know, this thing's too nice." Go, where? They said, well, look, your fender's good, and just punch it. There. Yeah, that Studie's something else. It really is an amazing car. That for and it gets faster as the night goes. When I talked to him about that one time, he's like, I don't even know if I got oil pressure, I guess. That's his attitude. That's the right attitude. I think it has oil pressure. It's showing something on the gauge. And he wins it. But the funnest car to watch is the Gremlin, the guy with the American flag Gremlin. God damn it, that thing's fast. That is unbelievably fast. How he keeps that little short wheelbase on the ground, I have no idea. But he's a really nice guy. I helped. I can't remember his name, but he was next to me in line, and the ambulance was holding at 185 degrees. Well, he had to keep that thing shut off, so I was letting Zeppy pull the car up, or I think it was, but it don't matter. But I was helping him push that Gremlin so he wouldn't keep it running because it didn't have a lot of water in it. But the Cutlass, I think if it's tuned right, it'll still run pretty good, but not with them gears. Like I said, I was going to throw like a 9-inch in it and put some I don't know, 355s or maybe a 346 or something like that. James, that's his name. Really nice guy. But I was going to do that, and then I started daily driving this thing, and it's so nice. I don't want to mess with it. I really don't. I had Offenhauser was offering to give me their valve covers and a new dual top for that at like half price if I would put dual Aces was going to help me with it to put the dual throttle bodies, the whatchamacallits on it. And the Killshot 2 has a thing where you can link them and the back one becomes a slave. And they were going to give me all that shit, the thing to run it. So it would have true dual where it would come down to the bottom, the linkage would go up and they'd be sideways instead of straight forward. I was going to get a hell of a deal to do it, but God damn, that thing runs so good. It's so comfortable to ride. It doing 70 mile an hour and 75 mile an hour, and it's sitting at like 2,700 RPM, and I'm just like, I can't mess with this thing. I got to leave it alone. Yeah, it wasn't. It's not an open diff anymore. I put that. What the hell is it? Power, whatever. No slip lunchbox locker in it, and you can't even tell that that's back there. You turn a corner, you don't hear anything. But it'll click down to where it's just the one wheel, and then as soon as you get back to give it torque, that sucker locks in, and you don't even feel it. I got the same thing in the Javelin. They're amazing. And it was mine was open box from a guy that didn't use it. I think I paid $400 for it. I mean, get a Yukon and a set of gears. I couldn't beat that. Turbo, my local 8th mile runs like a 7. 8th mile runs it's a big truck. It's kind of a limited slip, but it's full-time posi if you're not turning. The minute you let off the throttle and turn a corner, the springs and the loss of torque and inertia makes it ratchet. So when you're turning a corner, this is ratcheting that way. It doesn't grab both wheels. And as soon as you get back straight and you give it torque again, it's basically very quietly. You can't hear it or nothing. It locks back in and you're back to posi. I've had that thing in the burnout contest. I ran that dirt drag race. It never lost posi. That thing absolutely hauled ass on the dirt once I got it figured out, but I'm not going to run it on dirt anymore. But that's what we're building the other car for. Still going to be an Oldsmobile that's going to have a Chevy engine in it. It's the one we call Banshee is the one that is the car. And then my buddy Tony that does the transmissions, he's looking for me a rail, like an old rear engine rail car. We're going to cut her down a little bit, and eventually maybe we'll get it in that. It sounds like fun. It was fun in the Cutlass. It's really inexpensive. So it's 300 feet. Everybody's just having fun. There wasn't any real competition woes. It's just, friendly fun racing 300 feet on dirt. I don't know. Maybe at some point we can throw some slicks on it, see what it'll do on the track. But dad's crew cat. Yeah, that's a heavy truck with an 8.1. If that was a shorter wheelbase, a little bit lighter, it'd be way. 8.1's a freaking torque monster. I know that. It'd pull a house down if you need him to. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. Taking our time. Racing where cars smash into each other. You mean like circle, figure eight, or I mean, I know you're not talking about demolition derby. This car rally. I can't remember the name of it. There's a place actually north of me about an hour and a half. They do those all the time. They do the buses and the RVs and vans. They do all that shit where you race around the track. Almost kind of like dirt modified, like UMP modifieds. They run the shit out of them. It's Grundy County, I think is where it's at. Demolition derby. I used to do that. I used to build a lot of engines for derby guys, and this is why I stopped. I had a guy that asked me. He says, "Jay, will you build me an engine for my new derby car? I need a fresh motor." And I used to do it for, next to nothing. It was fun. I derbied, just kind of had fun with it. And I didn't do it a lot. Let's just say that. Once in a while. But every once in a while, I like to get the car out. Anyway, he asked me if I'd build him an engine. A good friend of mine. I said, yeah, I'd probably do that. But then I was in the middle of starting to build this thing. And I was going to try to pick a cam out for it. I was looking, we didn't have anybody in town. I hadn't done it for a while. I was trying to get somebody to flow test some heads. I had some power pack heads I wanted flow tested. And there was a guy that was south of where my buddy lived. And he said, you stop by, you can see the car on your way back. So I brought the power pack heads down there, about an hour south of here. And on my way back, I stopped by his house and I walked in the shop. There was a 1971. I'm going to say 71. It was the Buick boat tail or whatever they call them. The V-tail big windowed Riviera had a 455 in it. They had ripped that out, but it was seized. But the car looked brand new. And they had already ripped all the seats out of it. They had already just started welding shit into this. And I looked at him because I love old cars, old iron, Buick, Pontiac, Olds, Ford. Dodge. And I just looked at him. I said, "Where'd you get this?" He says, "Oh, this little lady down the street, she had it in her garage. It was her husband's and hers, and she's too old to drive, and it wouldn't start. So I gave her $300 for it." And he ripped everything out of it. And I said, "Yeah, I'm not building you a goddamn engine." I just couldn't take it no more. I was like, no, 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 no. With all the goddamn cop cars around and regular Mercury Marquis, Lincoln Town cars, all that shit, you're going to pick this. And you have to, the reason I was so mad is because he was a leadfoot. He was all about what they called a Mad Dog Award, where he'd just go around and start smashing people, and he usually lasts 2 seconds. So he ruined a car, and he was at the Derby that I went to with the family, and he lasted about 5 seconds. And that was the end. That was it. I was done. Never build another Derby engine ever in my life for anyone. I was just at a Derby this year. Everybody's asked me, "Hey, you want to build me a motor?" No, I'm not. That there's a lot of, now it's so expensive. They put so much money in their cars that if they screw up the motor, well, then they're going to blame me. You know what I mean? So I just don't want anything to do with it. Oh, I've seen that too. Dude, back in the day, we were where the dirt track was that I drag raced the Cutlass. I was there with some friends at a derby that used to be the biggest damn fair in the area besides my home county fair. Besides the Springfield, like the actual state fairs, we have 2 of them, north and south, and this was almost as big as those. The payout on derbies was huge. Guy comes running up there in a 68 Charger. It's rusty, but he gets there, he busts the windows out of it, changes the door shut, and derbies it. He lasted till the feature. Had the original 318 in it. He didn't change nothing. It was a rusty pile, don't get me wrong, but still a 68 Charger. And, I mean, that's just the way it used to be. I grew up with families. They'd find a shocker, what they called them, like not a New Yorker, but, trying to think of what they're called. Not a Diplomat, Fury, maybe. And they would just break the windows out of them. And I was a little kid, they'd give me a hammer and I could go through and break all the windows. And they'd use the 400 big block or whatever they are, the 400s that were in the car. They were mostly old cop cars. They just weld the door shut, put a little bit of a door bar on and something across the back to hold their seat. And they literally would never move their hand. They'd have a ratchet strap or some kind of cord going from one end up here to behind them back here. That way they could keep their hand up like this to back up. They had something to hold on to. That was it. Yeah, Imperial. But it was a New Yorker. Imperials got banned for a while because people really learned how to build them sons of bitches. And the worst hit I have ever seen in my life was a suicide door Lincoln, because them things are tanks. He was running what they called an icebox motor, small block Chevy, no water to the heads at all. This thing was built to go boom, 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 and shut it off. And they called it an icebox engine. I can't remember what all entailed, but this thing sounded like a big ass 600 chainsaw on steroids and cocaine. It was just crazy. Big old heavy car. He would hit. There was guys there that had bubble Lincolns and stuff, and he would hit one of them and just split them in half. It was just ridiculous. Yeah, the Imperials. That and everybody they called them shockers because of the damn bumpers on them were killer. You could extend them things out and weld them and then put them out, that far from the freaking radiator. It was crazy. But I never got that deep into it, man. Most of the times I would weld a couple things on and go. Matter of fact, the last time I derbied, I bought a car off Facebook Marketplace I had built a 318 uh, Mopar engine, and I threw it in that car, went and ran it. I lasted half the first heat. I just did it. Aiden and Amber, this is before Zeppy. Aiden and Amber like going to derbies, so I thought, well, I'll get into one. And it was fun, just that one time. I ended up selling that motor I built to a nice guy, really good driver down in Southern Illinois, and he's still running that motor. And that was Zeppy's 10, so that was 12 years ago. The only thing he's had to do to it is he took it apart and shined up the crank, re-bearinged it, re-ringed it. He's still running the same cam. I had what cam did I put in? It was a Melling. I don't remember, but it was slightly above an RB cam. And everybody the motors I built weren't like ridiculous. Like you could barely hear them run. When they were sitting there, you could barely hear them. But as soon as you mashed on that son of a bitch, the whole place lit up. I mean, they really did sound good. I didn't build for sound or horsepower. I built for longevity, reliability, and torque. Horsepower ain't going to get you through the mud. Torque will. 4-door LTD. Whoo! I do like watching derbies, though. I used to go to the ones, we have one in Champaign called Spring Explosion where they have teams. That's funny. Hey, Greg, how you doing, man? Almost had to go to Alney today. The friggin' Walmart. Hey. I had that Walmart distribution center down there hauling dog food, but instead I just got to run back home. See, Alney down there, where Greg here's from, they have dirt drags down there once in a while. They used to have them all over, like they were really getting big, and then the listen to me, listen to the government. That happened, and everything just kind of went down. But I'm hoping they bring it back. That may be part of the reason we're building a dirt drag car. Try to help bring it back around here because it really is fun. It's a blast. Just trying to keep that big ass car with them fat front wheels in the center of the track. That was, I should have had a camera on me. Just go like this. God damn it. Yeah, I don't like going to that Walmart distribution center. I used to have to go there all the time. I'm not a fan. Had some friends that worked in there though. Check my phone, make sure they didn't give me a dispatch. Jesus. But there's one coming up actually where I just did mine, but I'll be playing that night. Hey, Cantankerous Garage, how are you doing? Time is it anyway? 9:30. God, it feels like it's like midnight. So yeah, the other thing I was building that Vortec. Pay attention to the head thing I'm doing. There's other people that do it. I'm doing it a little bit different than I normally did because they used to not make the parts to do it. I had to fabricate some stuff, but don't have to do that no more. Apparently, I was able to source the shit through Summit, which was crazy. I could do more, but I could always do more later. If it really goes over well, I can take them off and redo them again. It's not a big deal. That's the beauty of racing or doing anything like that. You know you're going to have to take shit in and out and fix stuff. So music's too loud. I can't hear anything anyway. Yeah, I have to read lips, by the way. So if you ever meet me in person, I'll be staring at your mouth most of the time because I have all the power tools over the years and all the drumming. I've got tinnitus like you would not believe. Like right now, it's just a constant. I can still hear, but I can hear what's going on out here on the road better than I can hear you standing right next to me talking to me. Scratch and sniff section. Oh, no. Man, just stay home and look on the internet. The way you're not like, gotta have it. That's why I stay out of them damn things. We went in that one in Georgia, and I was like, mine. And Amber's like slapping my hand. No. I was like a kid in the line at the Walmart next to the candy bags. Do you have this in red? You know, like that kind of thing. Stay the hell out of that store. We don't have any hot rod stores around here anymore. We used to have a couple. There was one in Mattoon. There was one towards St. Louis, I think. No shit. Yeah, that's the thing is I'm going to try to build this thing for it'll be under $1,000, and it'll put out the same, if not a little better than a Chevy crate motor. That's $5,000-$6,000. You just gotta do the shit yourself. Start with a good base. That's why I didn't use that other motor. You just start with a good base. This one ain't even a 383. I may lose a little bit because I'm not bored out. That little bit of extra, but really what matters is the compression, and I'm going to bring the compression up from stock, and it's going to have it's already got flat tops in it, so I don't have to worry about that shit. It's got flat tops. The head gasket's going to make a difference, and what I do to the heads is going to make a huge difference. Without porting and polishing, I'm not doing that. I'll polish, like the way I do it is I'll just take my damn screwdriver. Whoo, I need to sleep. I'll take my drill and I put one of those metal brushes that are long. They have the long, not the circular ones this way, but they're longer, and they just kind of have all the little thingies sticking out like that. And I'll just stick it down in there and just run it through all that metal, and it kind of polishes that up a little bit. I don't like taking metal out of those. You're going to end up taking metal out after on Vortec heads after 500 lift. They got nothing. If you polish them, port them barely, you barely can port those things. Everybody wants to cut the whole fucking thing. You don't do that. If you're going to go doing that shit, just get you some good aluminum heads or, AFRs or something like that. But I'm going to polish them up with metal, just kind of get them cleaned up. And the lift on the cam is going to be around 525. So it's a little more than it's actually. You're not going to really gain much from 500 to 535. But I don't want to have to do all that porting shit. Maybe we'll at one time. If I get another set of heads, maybe. I haven't done it forever, so I'm afraid I'll screw them up. These are the only set of heads I got. Scotty, what's up? How's things in Trashville? I got asked to come down there again, and I said no. There's some kind of underground jam session. They wanted me to come and play and have some fun, and no. Trashy. Yep. Isn't it amazing? And Scott can attest for this. Everybody always, oh, I love Nashville. Like they say, oh, we love Chicago. No, you don't. You like downtown Chicago. You like 2nd and Broadway in Nashville. That's it. Yeah, Scott, I know. Everybody doing this. And I'm standing there going, I just like to play music. Yeah, see, you can do that with the Flotex. There's all kinds of stuff like that. But this one, like I said, it's Zeppi's first motor, and I want him to see it done with what you have, and we're doing this with the very bare minimum, and this thing's going to be. It'll wake up pretty quick. It'll be a totally different engine. I mean, if I really wanted to, we could stay under 500 lift, get like a, believe it or not, as much as I'm not a fan of thumper cams for performance, if you keep them things up in that range of, I don't know, say 2,800 RPMs to say like 5,800, we'll just put her there. Those things will scream with the right gear and the right torque converter, especially with a roller cam. But nah, we're going with it's a better cam. The thumpers have like a 107, 108 lobe separation. This one has a 112, which is, out of all mine, I think my 268s are 110. So this one will have, it's not going to be a crazy idle, but it's going to sound pretty good. Cam that don't make you feel tardy. Yeah, that's kind of what this one is. You put the right shit behind it, it'll scoot. But yeah, sound like my damn Ranchero. It's a big old pooch. No mufflers on it. This thing's going to sound pretty good. I'm just going to run pipes off of it. Ground pounders right off the headers. Point them out just a hair. Or maybe run them all the way back till they go to the back tire. So if we want to, we can go to burnout with the damn thing. Yeah, I know it'll burn them. I'm hoping to sound like a very pissed off weed eater. Maybe we'll just put straight headers right out of the head. Like derby headers. I do like the sound of those thumper cams, or like that Big Daddy Rattler, Big Mama Rattler, or whatever they're called. They sound cool. They just unless you keep them away from that low lopey idle and run the right converter rear end, they're straight garbage. They're poochie, but you got to keep them up. If you come in at an RPM of over 1100, you're going to be all right. But if you're sitting down there at the 750 to 850 range and then tromp on it falls on their face. Yeah, Scott, it's kind of like putting in an LS motor. I haven't picked out a set of roller rockers yet because I got to have self-aligning roller rockers. And it's got what are the 5/16 stud, and they're push-in studs. I mean, I could change them to bigger studs pretty quickly. I'm not going to deal with that. Yeah, I know. You just LS swap it. It's easier. It's cheaper. I'm not picking on the LS guy. I just love it when people say that. Oh, you just go to the junkyard and get an LS motor, and it has a computer and transmission and everything with it. It's like $1,500, and you don't have to do anything. My neighbor does that all the time, and every time I go by there, he's got the truck up again, motor out. Truck up again, motor out. Put back in. What happened this time? Well, the lifters went bad. Yeah, it's not cheaper. I'm going to build this motor for under $1,000. Right now, I'm sitting at $1,000, and I have everything. Well, we're gonna have to take this back because I got to get an intake. So intake and valve covers, but we're talking the actual build of the engine. It'll be like $800 or $900. Yeah, but even if you're going to be stock, every time I turn around, bad lifters. The first thing you do is nobody's going to put a stock LS. They all had to put the freaking Texas Speed or the Truck Norris in it or something like that, and then they don't change the cam bearings. Well, notoriously, the cam bearings are shit in an LS. So the first thing it does, you put the motor in, spins the cam bearing. Now you've ruined your $800 cam bearing, cam setup. So yeah, that's the other thing with a big cam. I haven't. The only things that I got big cams in, I've only got one of them that has adjustable rockers in it. So uh, the smallest cam that I've put in is Javi. Is a 260, 260, 260. The rest of them are all 268. Now you're talking duration, and all of them but one are under 500 lift. The Mustang, that engine, well, it ain't a Mustang anymore. The 308 that I have out there, it has a 501 lift, but that was as much as that motor could take. See you later, Jay High. I'm probably going to get out of here too in a second because I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Go inside and spend time with the fam. Oh, I know, Scott. I've actually got a 6.0. I do have a 6.0 LS. It's down at my neighbor's, and he's got a Brian Tooley cam, I think, and he'd sell it to me pretty damn cheap. I need to build one because I've never done it, but I mean for YouTube, there's so many engine building videos on YouTube, and by like professionals. Um, they don't do the shit. I mean, my new video, me and Zeppy tearing that, our new video, Zeppy tearing down that engine, it didn't pick up. But it's only Thursday. I mean, it could maybe grab something tomorrow. I don't know. But there just ain't a thing for engine builders. But that's what I like doing. Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I really like building engines, and I don't I don't restore cars. I leave that shit to Dalton and everybody else who likes doing that. I'm a reviver, and I like building motors as cheap as possible. I appreciate that. Yeah, I would if you're going to do anything to any if you're going to LS swap anything just by what I've heard and read and watched and all that, if you're just wanting a runner, just get a 5.3. But as soon as you get it home, regasket the whole goddamn thing. If you're going to put new cam in it, get the cam bearings changed right away. Immediately put a better set of lifters in it. Like immediately, or you're going to be right back in the son of a bitch. But just put new cups, new lifters. You can get the cups pretty cheap straight through the Chevy dealership. They still sell them. They have them in stock. Lifters, I mean, just change them. Don't go thinking that it's just going to be a cheap thing. No, it's not. It's not going to be a cheap thing. Just do it right the first friggin' time. Yeah. See, I remember you were sending me pictures of you tearing it, and you were pissed about all the crap that you had to do to it. And I mean, it just happens. That motor that's out there now that I just tore apart, that Vortec that Zeppy's going to build, we could have just took the intake off of it, swapped the intake, and ran it. It ran good. See, I trust that motor, but LS, I I don't trust them. They're great engines. I'm not putting down the motor. They're great motors. They're mass produced. They're the small block Chevy of the new millennia. You know what I mean? But that whole lie about it's cheaper, I think that was put out by salvage yards to make people buy all their goddamn LSs. What it was. I mean, honestly, it don't cost that much to build one. If you can find one that somebody has just laying there, 5.3, 6.0, just get it. You can get a kit for it for $500 to redo it. I mean, well, it ain't so much about the lifter tip blow. They friggin' fail. Like, you'll take the valve cover off and the goddamn, your rockers will just be hanging there. To bend the freaking push rods, they'll bend, sometimes they'll get bound. They'll go bad. They'll get bound, and you'll end up breaking the aluminum pedestal off your head. And you just got just like that 6.0 he's got. I could put it back together the way it is, put the cam in it, and run it. I don't know how long it would last, but why? It's already there. I can just get the crank check. Costs you about $90, $100. The re-ring and bearing kit, besides and with the gasket set is going to cost you about $300. So right there, you're $400. Then you got to get, just little odds and ends. By the time you're done, you can build one for exactly what I'm building this Vortec for, and it's fine. The only thing you got to fucking change your cam bearings immediately. Cam bearings, lifters. I don't give a shit if you use a stock cam. Cam bearings and lifters. Yeah, I've seen those Elgins. I need a 1.5 though. I can't run a 1.6. If I'm going to run a 1.6, I got to put it screw-in studs in it, and I'll have to upgrade. Now I can still use those springs I got. They'll be like a 1.78. I think so. I have to look at it. Yeah, no, the springs that I got, the LS6 springs, but it's Summit Racing. They'll handle it. 550 at 1.6, and the cam I got is 556 with a 1.6 or 550. It's right around 550 with a 1.6, but you put a 1.5, which is the stock one, it brings it down to 535, which is perfect because I'll be able to handle 550 by the time I'm done with the head. Yeah, the Elgin, they're pretty good. I've got a deal through Speedmaster. I might be able to get a nice set from them. It's 1.5 on a 7/16. I don't have 3/8. Yeah, that's true. Idle time is a bastard on the new ones. Yeah. The problem with camshafts in an LS is everybody wants to do too much. I mean, those heads will handle a lot. You can get up there 600, something like that lift, and get a pretty fat duration going, and they do not like a narrow lobe. They like 114, 115. You'll get the best running engine. Some reason you get down there to everybody wants the choppity chop big hog ass cam, and then they wonder why their car runs like shit or their truck does. Yeah. Yeah, I've been looking them all up. I don't necessarily like the big fat aluminum, like the gold or the blue, the scorpions or anything like that. I like the regular true rocker. They don't even have to be aluminum. I'm fine with cast. It ain't about speed for me. It's about reliability. 29 degrees. Yeah, you. Shoo. Yeah, Gerald, once the lifters start ticking in an LS, they're time to go. They're going to fail. And it's usually the stock ones, the ones that are originally in the engine. You get some good aftermarkets, they're okay. I don't know exactly why they go bad. I've never looked it up. I never really cared. But I think it has a lot to do with the geometry. I think they're just hard on them. Because early LS lifters are the same ones that are in that Vortec. And they don't fail in the Vortex. I'm reusing the old ones. Everybody does. If you got them and they roll and they're clean them out. I took ours and I put them in one of my old hand rag things, put it in there and soaked it for 3 days in super clean. And just tonight I went out there and I dumped the super clean out and it looked like oil. It was so black. And then I rinsed them with water, just kept running water on them to shake that thing and till it was clear. And then I went in and I dumped them on a rag inside the valley of the motor and got brake clean out and just started spraying the oil hole, sprayed everything, got it good and wet with brake clean, and then blew every one of them out, stuck them in another clean tub, and I put oil in there, covered it with a rag, and locked her down and put her on the shelf. Yeah, AFM lifters. Yeah, that's pretty good for a 4.8, but you had to do a lot of shit to that motor, right? Yeah, see, blah, blah, that's what I'm talking about. The stainless. I don't want aluminum. How much weight are we talking? You know, everybody's about weight. I want reliability. That's what matters. Well, everybody's got their valve covers off, readjusting, and oh my God, what was that sound? I'm smoking a cigarette, you know. Yeah, that is a little expensive. Probably put all aluminum one. Two-piece drive shaft. I don't know. You can do a lot. I mean, that'd be a long freaking drive shaft if you made it one piece. That might be a little rough on your tail shaft of your transmission. Yeah, I'm optimistic about this motor. Little things, man. You can do little things to them, and they'll still burn the tires off. That's what's important, right? That damn Cutlass, you barely got to push on it, and you'll fry the tires off of it. Of course, that one, you know, the only thing I did really to that is go through it and put a cam in it. That's it. But it's a big block Olds. I mean, that thing's ridiculous. Oh, look who decided to show up.
What?
Huh. Wait a minute, what time is it? Shouldn't you be in bed at school, Mom? I'm just talking. Earlier had service bed on it with the father and back end. She swapped it to a flatbed. I bought it. It had a 3-piece drive shaft with an axle. Yeah. God, 8.1 is a big motor. What? The Jeep won't fry tires. Hey, by the way, you want another one? I'll sell you one. 89 Wrangler. Nobody's driving it. 5-speed, almost brand new motor. Got a little rust on it. Hard top, hard doors. We just ain't driving it. Nobody is. Time to go. Stormy outside. Yeah, he's a little lonely. We need a Chihuahua. Let's throw a Chihuahua outside with our big dog. Outside dog. The damn Chihuahua. Yeah, mine's black, 5-speed, 258. It's like a brand new freaking motor in it. Doesn't get hot. Drives great. Shifts great. Got a Weber on it. Got rust in places that you can fix pretty easily. Little short strand fiberglass. Got a runner. You can go get your duckies. But I think I've been on here long enough. I'm going to get my butt in the house. Maybe watch a little TV. Sent me an email. Would you take payments? Just pay my property data. No, I can't take payments on it. I had some friends that wanted to take payments, and then they skipped town. I had to go. Let's just say, have a talk. I can't do that. What? God damn. Why is this thing being all documented? Always. Why is this not? Well, I'll have to read that on my computer. My phone ain't going to let me. Yeah, the creek had went through a lot of those. 396, he moved the extra forward. I need a dually bed. I need a cheap, crappy dually bed for my freaking Power Stroke. My bed's about to fall off the frame. It's pretty bad. Yeah, you guys, I want to get out of here. Get my butt in the house and kind of hang out a little bit before everybody goes to bed, and get my ass bed too. Maybe watch some funny crap on TikTok, like listening to the. Are they even? Are they Democrats anymore? Anyway, they were accusing Bobby Jr. some shit. You know, it was hysterical. It's like goddamn comedy routine. While they're all taking millions from pharmaceutical companies. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna see you guys later. It'll be a little while before we put a video out. Unless I might put a small one out, something like that. But you guys take care. Make sure you go check out lugnutguys.com. Jeff Souls right there. He's the owner. Good dude. Good service. And appreciate y'all watching. I'm going to get out of here. We'll see you.